Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is the finals, actually, of the TSDNZAUS league that I've been racing in. You know, I've been racing that for a little while now. Just an amazing bunch of people. I'm actually really fortunate to have been invited and then, basically been welcomed back into the series from people that I haven't spoken to in a while. I thought they all forgot me. They probably did. But it was amazing to finally race with these guys all in one group because I've raced them, on and off in the FIA series, but to race all of them together and they're incredible. They're such a good bunch of racers. Yeah, I can't complain. It made me love GT again, basically. So I get a good start, jump Mickers into 5th, into 4th, and you see Gypsy cut down the inside there, a little bit of contact, but no bother. He's actually a very clean racer, so that was okay. We go side by side for a little bit, but I get a good exit out of that and get the toe off Hobbit with my teammate Hamish in the Cusco livery WRX as well. So that was cool. We got a good start. Him and I were both in the Japanese variants of the four-wheel drive, whereas everyone else was in the European big behemoths. So that was pretty cool. They had a lot of top end. They had a lot of speed and a lot of torque, where we just had stability. You'll see I get Hobbit on the brakes and just nice and easy power through the corner. It's a good balanced car, but where it lacks is basically torque and outright pace. That's just what I found, but mind you, I bottled this whole race pretty well. I think the barriers and I started calling each other by our first names. That's how many times I visited the barriers in this race. So basically, if the ring wanted, all they had to do was put a lawnmower blade on my car. That's how much time I spent on the grass. So I do love this track. I've raced it a little bit. I would say I'm not familiar with it 100%, as I'm sure some of these guys are. I don't have that much concentration. So for an 8-minute lap or a 7-minute lap, as I've done before, that's a long time to concentrate on all these corners. And for me, that was, it's a long time. I only do this track when I absolutely want to. I have to want to race it. So I'm not overly familiar with the layout of this track. Now you'll see my first run-in with the wall is coming pretty soon. It happens very early. I'm just trying to stay in front of Hobbit, and there you go. Hit the curb, don't turn in enough, unsettle the car, and then, yeah, basically kiss the wall. So the one of many excursions I have off track. If I kept chipping in and out of this video with how many times I visit the wall, you'll get sick of it. So I'll let you enjoy most of this lap. There is a few things I'll point out in the first lap, but other than that, it's basically gonna be me disappearing and just letting you enjoy how absolutely messy this race was. Not by anyone else, just by me. I was an absolute muppet. You see McEwen come flying by. There was no point holding him up. He's just that much quicker than me. It would be ridiculous. So I let him go. And you do see I get into the train with Hobbit, Mad Mullock, and Heatster. And Heatster was an absolute beast on this track. He obliterated me 100%. He had me covered every which way. In pace, he was quicker. In the corners, he was quicker. Racing lines, much cleaner, much neater. And he does overtake me for 5th in the final lap, but it was about time. It was only going to be when were you going to overtake me, not if. So he was just that much quicker than me, and he's been that much quicker than me through the whole series that I've raced in. So it was enjoyable. I appreciate getting passed by just much better drivers. You see, Mad Malik had a very surprising off. It's not a mistake I've seen him make. There you go, right there to the right. I've never seen Mad Malik come off. That's just my personal opinion. I've never seen it, but it's like the gods have fallen, basically. So I've never seen that happen. So that was surprising. That caught me off guard. And then all of a sudden I found myself in 4th. Like, holy shit! I have Mad Mullock and Heatster behind me. That's, what am I dreaming? So, yeah, so that was surreal for the first, 3 corners until I said hi to the wall again. The wall and I became really good friends. So actually there's no hard feelings between us. You see, I'm trying to not hit Hobbit, but carry enough pace, so I'm using all the curb I can. and that actually comes to bite me in the end. Just the grass was that slippery that once you're on it, the only thing you could do was ride the grass until you either hit the wall or you reach a straight bit of track where it spits you back out. So that's just what I did. I did some grass racing, basically. So I'll just talk you through this since I'm already speaking. There is a little bit of a battle with Hobbit. You see, I'm trying to dive down the inside, trying to unsettle him, just to tell him that I'm there, and hopefully he makes a mistake. So getting the tow, I got Heatster for company. I don't know why I went down the outside here. I lost a lot of pace, and I had to cut back in to get that tow back. So that was a stupid move. Don't do that if you watch this and you're gonna do something like that. Don't do that. It's just silly. So you see Mad Malik right behind me as well. So he's adding the pressure. Now I'm just trying to up my pace here. Either pass Hobbit or stick with Hobbit. Just put him under pressure and just keep Mad Malik behind me, because he had me covered on every line as well. You see he goes a bit wide there, takes a bit of grass, loses a bit of pace, didn't spin, luckily. And then there I am. So I'm just abusing the curbs, basically, trying to carry enough speed. And you'll see it's coming up where, in the 7-minute mark, where I basically bottle it by just riding the grass. Take too much curb, 2 wheels on the grass, and just lost all traction. So just because it's 4-wheel drive doesn't mean it's gonna have grip. So as I learned. But aside from that, it was a fairly steady race. Nothing too crazy, just there you go, a lot of grass. Once I was on the grass, there was no stopping it, and then I just had the wall for company, basically. So I'm glad the wall helped me out. All the walls actually helped me out quite a lot. They put me back onto the track, so I appreciate that. Shout out to the walls, the Nürburgring walls. They actually did really well. I appreciate them helping me out when I was on the grass. The grass was a bit of a cunt. He was being a bit of a dick that day. Super slippery, and just no need for it. There you go again on the grass. What a dick. But yeah, it is what it is. I was super messy, and there's only one person to blame, which is myself, because the car was good. So enjoy the rest of this. There's not much else to tell other than I was super scrappy and had a good battle with Heatster. That's the cliff notes. Fast forward to lap 3 if you want to see the battle with Heatster, because he was amazing. He was absolutely spot on this track. Shout out to Nismo, Hamish, my teammate. He drove really well. We did a 6th and 7th finish, so he did amazing to back me up. Actually, he had better pace than me, so it was just unfortunate what happened. Heatster bottles it there, but don't even pay attention to that. He was that quick that he catches right back up, so that didn't even count. Just to raise that from your memory, you didn't see that. Yeah, so shout out to Nismo. I've enjoyed racing with him as my teammate for the whole series. He's been amazing. And just a massive shout out to everyone in this group, because honestly, without these guys, I would have hated GT. I was fuming after the last of the FIA series, but these guys pulled me back, and just an amazing bunch of people to race with. I can't encourage anyone enough to come and join this league, because it's just fantastic, and Clan Fever does an amazing job of arranging it. So I'll let you watch the rest of this. It is racing mediums for 2 laps. Hamish and I had a sort of strategy to go racing mediums 2 laps, because that'll last you with the amount of fuel that they gave you, and then softs with a full tank for 1.8 laps worth of fuel for the last lap. Just try to catch everyone up, but it doesn't work out. So enjoy it, and thank you for watching this obnoxiously long video. Bye.